Satnam, I'm Yogigems. I'm a Kundalini yoga teacher. We have one of those very interesting Kundalini yoga kriyas today. It's known as the kriya for experiencing the relationship between the physical body and the pranic body. And essentially what that means is it connects the mind and the more subtle realms with this physical realm that we see as a manifest form. So interesting, keep an open mind and enjoy. Let's bring our palms together, give them a good rub, and bring your pramudra into the heart center. Take a deep inhale as you stretch tall through the spine. And keep that length as you exhale and relax the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale deep to lift the heart. And exhale to draw the chin in towards the neck. Let's inhale to tune in with our mantras. If you're new to the mantras, just listen in until you get the hang of them. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Adgure Name, Jugadgure Name, Satgure Name, Sri Gurudeve Name. Adgure Name, Jugadgure Name, Satgure Name, Sri Gurudeve Name. Adgure Name, Jugadgure Name, Satgure Name, Sri Gurudeve Name. Take a deep inhale. Hold that breath in as you invite your higher self to guide you through this Kundalini yoga practice, keeping you safe from injury and keeping your space protected. Exhale, relax the hands down to the knees in Gyan Mudra. You're touching tips of index fingers to tips of thumbs. And just relax as you allow those mantras to settle in the body, in the mind, and bring you into presence. Good. So we'll start straight in with our Kundalini Yoga Kriya. You want to keep your bring your right arm up, so there's an angle in the forearm, and your I'm mirroring you, so you can just just copy me exactly. Keep your eyes open, gazing down to the top of the right hand. The left hand is in Gyan Mudra, and we're just moving the fingers first to the right, then to the center, then to the left, then to the center. So we're kind of bringing them into a 45-degree angle. And just resting your eyes upon them, observing the movement. So what we're aiming for here is an exact angle. We want to move the hand as we can kind of visualize ourselves moving it in the head. We want to move it 45 degrees out, then to the center, then 45 degrees in and to the center. And you'll very quickly notice that that reality doesn't quite play out as you imagine it to. So just observe that tension between what you imagine the reality of that lovely 45 clear-cut angle to the left and the lovely 45 clear-cut angle to the right. Observe the tension of how that manifests in a slightly different way to the way that it plays out in your head. Now bring it to the center. Close the eyes, deep inhale. Hold the breath, squeeze mulband. That means you're squeezing the anus and sex organs. You're pulling the navel in. You're feeling, sensing, imagining that energy rising up through the spine to the crown of the head. Almost like a little palate cleanser today in this Kundalini Yoga Kriya. Exhale, relax and release. Now we're going to bring both hands, keep them quite close together. And we're going to work with the fingers now. First, we drop the Mercury fingers down, the pinky fingers. Then we drop the sun fingers down, the ring fingers. Then the middle fingers, the Saturn fingers. And then we drop the Jupiter fingers, the index fingers, and back to the Mercury, the Sun, the Saturn, and the Jupiter. Again, the eyes are open as you move consecutively through these fingers, and you're gazing down at the hands and you're observing. And what you want is to keep the other fingers completely straight and still as you move the finger that you're activating, and make it very precise. Eyes gazing down at the hands and just observing how perhaps once again there is a slight disconnect between the perfection that we hold in our mind and the reality of this movement, as the body does its best to obey that visualization that you might have in the mind of how this should look. There's a lovely lesson in this kriya about surrender. Surrendering to what is, surrendering to us just doing our best and just showing up, which is all we really need to ever do. And we commit to just continuing on. There's a sweet little activation of planetary energies in the brain as we move the fingers in this way, as we exercise the brain in this way. Remembering to breathe, to keep the focus. That's it, you're doing well. Bring the hands straight now, close the eyes, take a deep inhale. Hold that breath in as you squeeze tight through Mulban, drawing that energy up, 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 up through the spine. Hold it, squeeze. And exhale, float the hands down to the knees in Gyan Mudra. Just take a moment here to feel that activation of energy in the forearms. Perhaps you can feel a kind of activation of energy in the brain. Inhaling deep. And exhaling fully to drop the chin to the chest. Open the eyes to gaze softly down at the lap, and we'll come up to standing. What we're going to be doing is, in a few variations, ideally we want to be bending the knees, having the hands resting on the thighs as if we're sitting on a chair. Now this is challenging unless perhaps you've got a wall behind you that you can push up against, in which case do that. Otherwise, what you need to do is just kind of exhale down and inhale up. Exhale down and inhale up, at least until you develop the strength in the thighs to allow you to maintain and sustain that seated posture. I'm using a wall because I find it far too difficult to sit in a chair for 1 minute because that's how long we hold it for today. Hold it with a long, slow, deep breath, or inhale up, exhale down. Whatever is in your practice today is absolutely fine. We're building this lovely strength in the thighs. And again, there's a kind of angle that we're going for with the brain, where we're matching what's in our mind's eye with our physical reality. And we'll sense that in a very visceral experience, that those two are perhaps a little disconnected. Inhale deep. Hold it, squeeze, and exhale. Relax and release and come all the way down to sitting. Gyan Mudra, relaxing, releasing, and just feeling that activation of energy in the thighs, strengthening the thighs and the knees, and bringing a balance of calcium and magnesium. Slow the breath. Inhale deep. Exhale fully. Good. Now we're going to extend the left leg. Again, I'm mirroring you. Tuck your right heel into the groin. We're going to hold onto our thigh or our knee or our shin, or perhaps onto the big toe. Now you want to make the foot so flexed, wherever your hand is, so flexed that you're lifting the heel off the floor. So really pull that toe back. We're going to hold this posture with sitali breath. That means we're extending the tongue out of the mouth. If you can, make it into a straw shape. And if you can't, just stick the tongue out. We're inhaling across the tongue or through that straw-shaped tongue, and we're exhaling through the nose, long, slow, and deep. Keep the foot flexed, pulling back so you're lifting the heel off the floor. That's it. Inhaling through the tongue, exhaling through the nose, and we're rolling the eyes up and into the third eye point, keeping that activation on the Ajna chakra. Nice little strengthen and energizing through the life nerve, through the back of the leg. So we're increasing our vitality, we're increasing our flexibility, we're bringing more cooling energy into the body with this sitali breath. It's a great exercise for the nervous system for bringing us out of stress. Bring the tongue in, deep inhale through the nose. Hold the breath, squeeze Mulband, maximize that stretch, feel it in the back of the leg, hold, squeeze, and exhale, relax, release. Walk your hand up that leg, and we're going to switch sides. So this time the right leg extends, the left heel comes into the groin, and you're placing your hands either on your thigh, on your shin, or on your big toe. And again, pull back with the foot, whether you're holding onto your toe or not. So you want to lift that heel off the floor. So strong is that flex that the heel lifts. This time we're holding it with a breath of fire. So breath of fire is our panting breath, but through the nose. If it feels too strong for you today, just slow it down with a long, slow, deep breath, but do make it a big, deep belly breath. So whether you're in breath of fire or a long, deep breath, move the belly. Keep it steady, keep it strong, keep the eyes rolled up and into the ajna. Remember to flex that feet to lift the heel off the floor. Feel this in the back of the leg, feel the life nerve activating, feel this breath of fire bringing energy into the body. And take a deep inhale. Hold the breath, squeeze Mulband, find your maximum stretch in the back of that leg. And exhale, relax, release, walk your way back up. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together. We're interlacing the hands in Venus Mudra. We're placing them around the feet. And we're going to lift the heels off the floor and hover them. So we're just resting on the sit bones. We're finding our balance on the sit bones. And we're opening our mouth here. We're sticking out the tongue and we're panting. Very strong, detoxifying breath, eyes rolled up and into the third eye point. Do your best to balance. Stay connected with that taste on the tongue as the body moves through its detoxification process. Lean back, keep the heart lifted, keep the spine straight. Bring the tongue in, deep inhale. Hold the posture, squeeze more band, hold the breath and draw that energy up, 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 up through the spine, leaning back, hold it, squeeze. Exhale, relax and release, and just allow the body to settle here for a moment. Hands in Gyan Mudra on the knees. Feeling this lovely flush of prana that's come into the body through that breath of fire, through that panting breath, that sitali breath, really cleansing us from the inside out. Deep healing for the body. Inhaling deep. Exhaling fully. Now we're going to come over onto our belly into either Sphinx pose or Cobra pose, depending on your practice. You might want to stay in Sphinx pose with your elbows underneath your shoulders. If you're feeling strong and flexible in the lower back, come into Cobra or sink between the two. It's completely up to you, but do not compromise your lower back. So we're holding this posture with a nice long spine. Hook the tailbone down to the floor, push the pelvis into the floor so you get nice firm grounding through the pelvis. And we're going to open and close the lips very rapidly. Remember to breathe long, slow and deep as you open and close the lips. We're staying in that lovely Cobra or Sphinx posture. It's up to you. Keep that nice curvature in the spine. The heart beams forward, opening and closing the lips. That's it, fast as you can. Again, this connection, reforging between the mind-body system. Remembering to breathe long, slow and deep. Now we're going to hold this posture, Sphinx pose or Cobra pose, it's up to you. This time we're going to be scrunching up our nose and relaxing the face. So again, it's a long, slow, deep breath as you scrunch up the nose and relax. Wrinkle the nose and relax. This exercise taking years of tension and tightness off your face. Really get that tension up, squeeze up the nose. It said that this particular body language goes deep into the subconscious mind, fishes out those old rogue moments of anger and releases them without the conscious mind having to get involved. So it's worth really going for it. Scrunch up the nose and release. That's it. And now for this next one, final one, we're going to be chewing the cud. So moving the lower jaw in a wide rotation. This is one of those Kundalini yoga kriyas that you really can't afford to care what you look like. One rotation, one direction is absolutely fine. Feel this in the jaw. Feel this where it meets the skull, and that hinge socket. That's it. Releasing years of fatigue here. Imagine the biggest yawns that you can possibly make. That's it. Eyes closed, rolled up and into third eye. Now in the opposite direction. Wide rotations. That's it. Open the mouth. And closing the mouth, deep inhale. Hold that breath in, squeeze Mulband, hooking the tailbone down, reaching up through the crown of the head, really lifting the head up and out of the shoulder girdle. Hold it, squeeze, beam the heart forward. And exhale, relax down, bring cheek to floor and just relax on your belly. Breathe deep into the stomach, so allowing that lovely massage through the sacrum, releasing any tension from the lower back that might have gathered in that cobra or sphinx. Giving yourself a lovely lumbar spine massage with the breath. Just relaxing into the earth, allowing those energies to integrate. And take a deep inhale. Exhaling fully. Bringing your hands underneath your shoulders, gently lift yourself up to come sitting. Nice and comfortably in easy pose up on a cushion if it's more comfortable for you, because we will be sitting here for this next exercise, which is basically flying like a bird. There is very little that connects us with our pranic self than opening our wings and soaring through the ethers. So find a rhythm and a movement that works well with your body, that feels sustainable. Move with the breath, inhaling up, exhaling down. And we're going to soar into the ether. And as we lift up away from the earth, we're looking down. And we're observing this beautiful planet below us. All the blues and the golds of the desert, the greens of the jungle, the whites of the coastline, the volcanoes and the mountains. And as we soar higher and higher, we find ourselves soaring up through the electromagnetic field of the earth, through the auric field of the earth, through the atmosphere. And we find the air becoming much purer, much clearer. And we're lifting ourselves up. We have to keep those wings flapping now. We cannot stop. Otherwise, we will plummet back down to the earth. We must keep going up. As we soar up, we break through the atmosphere and we keep soaring up. And as we soar ever upwards, we start to see the earth's atmosphere curving around us and beneath us. And we look around and we see all the planets and the stars sparkling and twinkling around us. And we keep going up and up and up. And the earth becomes that little pearl far below. A pearl of green and blue. And we keep soaring upwards through the ether. That's it, you're doing really well. Keep it going, keep those wings flapping, keep soaring ever upwards into the laws of the universe. So it's here that the karmas and the numerical laws, the laws of gravity, the laws of cause and effect, the laws of like attract like, we're soaring up through those laws and beyond those laws, soaring ever upwards as we continue flapping our arms with our breath. Moving ever upwards now, we start to feel ourselves moving beyond infinity. We feel ourselves moving into all that is. It's a white, pearlescent, iridescent light. And here we are completely absorbed by that light. Any tension that we have in the shoulders is melted away, is taken into this white, pearlescent, iridescent light of all that is. Any healing that can possibly happen within us and around us, in our mind, in our body, in our emotions, happens now. And we keep soaring through this space of all that is, this pearlescent healing light within us, around us, through us, holding us completely in pure health, in pure joy, in equanimity. Good. And we're going to stay here now. Extend the arms straight out. Take a deep inhale. As you hold that breath in, squeeze more bun, push from fingertip to fingertip and soar into this white light. Really push, push, squeeze, squeeze, lift up, hold, soar. And exhale. Float the hands down to the knees, keeping the eyes closed if you can, to come all the way down to lying flat on the back for a short shavasana. Stretch yourself out with the palms facing up, the legs spread wide. Shoulder blades shuffle together and down the back so the heart lifts, pushing down through the heels so the backs of the legs are long on the earth. Relaxing and releasing the toes and the feet, the heels, the ankles, relaxing and releasing calves and shins, knees and thighs, relaxing and releasing buttocks and groin, pelvis and pelvic floor, relaxing and releasing the belly and abdomen, the solar plexus, diaphragm, ribs and lungs. Relaxing and releasing the collarbones and the shoulders, upper back, middle back, lower back, relax and release into the earth. Relaxing and releasing upper arms and elbows, forearms, wrists, hands, fingers and thumbs. Relaxing and releasing neck and throat, jaw, teeth and tongue, lips, cheeks, nose, ears and eyes. Relaxing and releasing forehead and scalp, skull and brain. Relaxing and releasing the whole of the central nervous system, and just allowing yourself to completely surrender here, still with the residue of that extraordinary healing light filling every cell of your being, bringing you to wholeness, bringing you to healing. Just relaxing here in stillness, in silence, for a minute longer, and I will guide us out on the other side. So for now, just be still, just rest. Gently wriggling fingers and toes, circling wrists and ankles in one direction and then in the other direction. Gently turning the head from left to right to stretch out the neck. Coming back to the center and taking a deep inhale to stretch the arms up above the head, pointing and flexing the feet, stretch. Exhale, bring the arms back down. Inhale, right knee into the chest, exhale it across the body to the left side, turning the head in the opposite direction to the knee and breathing into that twist. Inhaling to center, exhaling down, inhaling opposite knee into the chest, exhaling it across the body to the left side, breathing into that twist, turning the head in the opposite direction to the knee. Inhaling to center, exhaling down. Inhaling both knees into the chest, wrapping the arms around the knees. Give yourself a hug and a rock from side to side. And then bring palms of hands together, soles of feet together, give them a good rub. Bring yourself back into your body and tuck the hands into the creases behind the knees. Rock forwards and back, up and down along the spine until you come all the way up to sitting comfortably and tall in easy pose, or however feels comfortable for you to sit. With the eyes resting up and into third eye, with the shoulders relaxed, the heart lifting, the chin tucked in. Let's bring our palms together and we'll close our practice by chanting Sat Nam, truth is my name. Let's take a deep inhale to chant. Sat Nam. Bring the palms to the floor, allow the forehead to bow down as far as it will go, offering your gratitude to your body, your mind, your breath for bringing you to this Kundalini Yoga, sending that gratitude out into your life as far as it will go, and coming back whenever you feel ready. Sat Nam. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm Yogigems. If you liked it, please do click like, and I have plenty more to share, so do subscribe and let me know how you got on with that journey in the comments. And as always, thank you so much to those who are supporting me on Coffee and on the YouTube. Thank you. I really appreciate it and I love you very much. Sat Nam. Lots of love.